from Julia Roknifard, who's a political analyst, professor of politics and international relations. Welcome to you, Julia. First of all, for people tuning in, I mean, BRICS has been around for several years, but maybe not everybody fully understands what it's about. What is its purpose?
I think BRICS evolved quite a bit since 2006, when we first heard about the grouping, and then with South Africa joining, and furthermore recently with the expansion of it with new members to the capacity of 10. What we hear from the member countries, of course, that it is not an anti-Western bloc, but rather an alternative to the existing world order, an attempt to offer some other kind of organization to the world, and in particular to the global south, some other developmental mechanisms, in particular those that would be independent on the so-called collective West. But at the same time, the grouping is rather loose, so we cannot say that it is very well organized as other blocks, as we know, and it is still in the process of the evolution. So to put it briefly, I guess BRICS is trying to offer alternatives to the existing world order, how it is organized, but it's still evolving in how these countries are going to go about it.
If you look at the UN and the Security Council, there's a select few countries that wield a lot of power, the veto power. Is that why we're seeing so many countries wanting to become members of BRICS? Is it that wanting to get in early to perhaps have more power, a fear of missing out?
I think they rather see BRICS as a platform to push for their ideas, including the suggestions on the reform of the United Nations and the United Nations Security Council, how it should be organized. India would be the first among them, I think, to push for this kind of change. And we saw Prime Minister Narendra Modi actually coming to attend the summit in Kazan, and some of those talks are probably going to be held. So it's not like BRICS is going to be an alternative to UN Security Council or the United Nations system as a whole, but it's going to be used as a platform by the member countries in order to reform the existing world order and how global governance is administered at the moment.
As you explained, it's kind of BRICS. It seems it's an idea, it's a concept that it wants to create something. Do you get the sense that this time round, this summit, there is a particular tangible drive that they want to achieve something, come to some definitive actions?
I think there is a desire to do so, but at the same time, the observers are warning for us not to wait for any tangible outcomes of that. I think this time, indeed, I foresee it's going to be used again as a platform for communicating the demands and the expectations. Maybe attempts to smoothen positions of some of the members on accepting the new members. Because as we know, it's a kind of a freeze that BRICS imposed on accepting new members despite a huge demand. Several countries, at the very least, submitting the application to join BRICS and expressing the desire to join BRICS. So they're going to probably discuss how they're going to move forward, how to build some sort of cohesion between very different economically and politically members. And also, I think in terms of international agenda, these countries have a lot to discuss. In particular, the issues that have been triggered, the discussions that have been triggered by the Israeli-Palestinian issue that started 7 October last year, and some other matters that exposed the cracks in how the global governance is being administered. So rather, I think they're going to have a lot of discussions and communication, but probably we should not expect some decisive statements, some shocking outcome of this forum. So it's just a part of the process, the way I see it.
Julia, thank you very much. My guest is our political analyst, Julia Roknifard.